going down there, man?
What's going on?
Hey, I was just letting you know, famo, I'm finna get ready to pull up on you and do that what we talked about.
Oh, okay, cool. You coming along?
Yeah. I'm gonna be by myself. You know how we do it
Oh, okay, shoot. See you in a little bit then.
already.
All right, this.
Love, can you ever cheat? Sometimes you cool when your partner come, you tend to act. Sometimes, but with Jesus, I
Hey,
ain't never have to
hey,
say
what's up?
yes.
What's up, G? Hey, you ready to go on and bust that move we were talking about? Already, it's time to make them get down and lay down. All right, I'm out.
Sometimes, man, yeah. You create. Wish I had wings so I could fly with you. When your partner told me I wish I had wings so I could fly away. Sometimes I always showing love, but can you ever cheat? Sometimes you cool when your partner come, you tend to act. Sometimes, but with Jesus, I ain't never have to second guess. Sometimes I feel I need a brother, not a friend. Cause a brother, he gon' love you to the very end. See, I'm so loyal to my people, I give them my last. Expecting nothing in return, just a greed and a laugh. So many people turn their back on me, sometimes it hurts. Just when I needed you the most, you left me in the dirt. But Jesus told me, son, I got you, you didn't need it them. I grabbed my Bible, no more idols, only pray for them. It's real. I wish I had wings so I could fly away. Sometimes I always showing love, but can you ever cheat? Sometimes you cool when your partner come, you tend to act. Sometimes, but with Jesus, I ain't never have to second guess. Sometimes my heart was filled with anger at a point of time. Sometimes I feel the envy moving when I came around. They love to see you being broke, but hate you coming up. So blind to see that Jesus show all the favor in us. We was molded and created in His own image. Yet you let the government put us in division. Bro, we need to pray together, stop playing the victim. Hard body, must forgot we came from the trenches. So many people turn their back on me, sometimes it hurts. Just when I needed you the most, you left me in the dirt. But Jesus told me, son, I got you, you didn't need it them. I grabbed my Bible, no more idols, only pray for them. It's real. I wish I had wings so I could fly away. Sometimes I always showing love, but can you ever cheat? Sometimes you cool when your partner come, you tend to act. Sometimes, but with Jesus, I ain't never have to second guess. Sometimes.
Has reached a deeply disturbing milestone as of tonight. Action News data shows there have been 400 homicides in the city this year with 3 months to go. That's a murder rate we haven't seen in decades. And behind each of those numbers is a grieving family.
I don't wanna be no plug, that's all they talking about. I don't wanna be no thug, that's all they talking about. I don't wanna be no hitter, that's all they talking about. I don't wanna be no real nigga, that's all they talking about. I don't wanna be no plug, that's all they talking about. I don't wanna be no thug, that's all they talking about. I don't wanna be no hitter, that's all they talking about. I don't wanna be no real nigga, that's all they talking about. I said they took J Money life, I'ma keep talking about it. Cause Cause ever since that day it happened, I don't walk without him. It's like we killing each other, somebody talk about it. I kill that man or he kill me, they just gonna glorify it. And not to mention his kids, that's a cycle repeated. They got a heart full of rage. By 15, he a demon. To these streets, I'm a slave. I gotta change how I'm thinking. Instead of trying to kill his pain with all this smoking and drinking. I know this youngin' 13 talking about catching bodies. I told that youngin' you gotta chill, you need to help somebody. He said I gotta help myself first, and I felt that. We come from these streets in reality, it's a death trap. I had to take a step back and see how I'm gonna change this shit. Even though it's time where I be even though it's guns and all the niggas I be hanging with. I can't save you from drowning if we both stuck on the sinking ship. I don't wanna be no plug, that's all they talking about. I don't wanna be no thug, that's all they talking about. I don't wanna be no hitter, that's all they talking about. I don't wanna be no real nigga, that's all they talking about. I don't wanna be no plug, that's all they talking about. I don't wanna be no thug, that's all they talking about. I don't wanna be no hitter, that's all they talking about. I don't wanna be no real nigga, that's all they talking about. Mr. Real nigga this, real nigga, but you don't take care of your kids. How real is that? But still respect it cause you got a bag. Man, that shit is sad. That material can fill a void and not being a dad and you get praised for it. That's why every dollar I earned, I had to slave for it. Either working a 9 to 5 or selling cane for it. And I just wish I had the guidance to supply me with the knowledge on what I need for surviving. Now I gotta be that model for the children, so they can say they had someone to shield them from all this bullshit with being raised in this life because they told us we was black when we really the Israelites. You know, I don't wanna be no plug, that's all they talking about. I don't wanna be no thug, that's all they talking about. I don't wanna be no hitter, that's all they talking about. I don't wanna be no real nigga, that's all they talking about. I don't wanna be no plug, that's all they talking about. I don't wanna be no thug, that's all they talking about. I don't wanna be no hitter, that's all they talking about. I don't wanna be no real nigga, that's all they talking about.
Shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High. Shalom, King. So let me fish out a little bit more of these links real quick. Go ahead and bring us in.
First and foremost, man, we want to say call halal Yahweh by Shema Mashiach wa Malak Yahweh Shai. All praises and honor to the Most High God and His only begotten Son name, who the world ignorantly called Christ. Real name, Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Right, and shalom, man. Shalom to the family out there, man. You know, the husbands that's taking care of their household, raising up their children and wives, right, in truth and sincerity, right, teaching those moral values that we get from the law. You know, shalom to the sisters out there that's actually reverencing their husband, you know, honoring them as their Lord, right, their King and their guide, right. And shalom to the children out there that's you know, obeying their parents, man, and actually worshiping the Most High and reading their Bible, man. That's a big task to do, man, as a youngster, sit there and read, right? And I'm done with that. Appreciate that.
Shalom. Call all Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, right? All praises to the Most High God Yahweh in the name of His Son, Yahweh Shai, who the world calls Jesus Christ. Peace and blessings to the 12 tribes that are scattered abroad. You know, we're here to do a live edification for the people, man. You know, professing good works and charity. Charity is another word for love for our people, you know, and it's a good thing that we're able to establish ourselves in this community to be able to dish out love and charity. Because nowadays, you know, the land is growing wicked. The earth is growing more wicked and colder every day, man. You know, so we're going to continue to do this work for y'all. And with that, say shalom. Go ahead, kid. Let me pull that up. All right, so we're going to start this off with 1 Corinthians 13.
This is a beautiful topic, man, because a lot of times in Israel, man, we forget about charity. And charity is not only just giving to the poor, man. Charity is being a servant at all times, right? Not thinking of yourself high and mighty, right? But actually humbling yourself to be of service to one another, right? Charity, it actually, heals you, right? Literally your body, right? Doing good things for people, uh it shoots up, right, certain chemicals in the body to help you live longer, right, to help you become more healthy, man. And the more wrong or evil you do, you have a chemical in your body, right, that tells you, it's called cortisol, right, it tells you to run or flee or makes you scared, right. And that right there actually kills the body. So charity is a beautiful thing. And as well as you healing somebody else, you heal yourself in the process, right? Which is amazing. But yeah, we could go ahead and get that.
Nah, Khan, that's right. That's right. Khan. All right, so this is gonna be 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 4. Right. Let's read that. And one more thing, make sure y'all tap that like button, like, share, and subscribe. Right. It helps with the algorithm to dish this video out to a lot more people. You'll never know who might need this edification. Right. So all praises to the Most High and the water for y'all doing so. All right. So this is 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse number 4. Right. It says, charity suffereth long and is kind. Charity envieth. Go ahead, King Sluggy.
He says charity suffers long, right, and is kind, man. Right. So when you're doing the opposite of these things, right, you're being evil, right? You're doing the opposite of charity. You're taking away from somebody's spirit instead of guiding them in the spirit or letting your spirit overflow into this person. You're now making this guy or lady, right, worse than they were when they met you, right? We always need to push as Israelites, as believing Hebrew Israelites, right? We always need to push to when you're in the presence of somebody else, you make them better, right? So the more positive that we put out, right, is a thing called an input and an output, right? You have this with a microphone and headphones, right? A microphone is a output and headphones is an input, right? So our input needs to be positive, so that way our output could be positive, right? So I just wanted to get that out. But it says charity suffereth long, right? So when you're impatient and you're always ready, right, to fight somebody, you're always ready to have something to say, right? You're always ready to just leave a situation, right, instead of work a situation out. You're actually doing the opposite of charity, right? You being a taker, right, and not a giver, right? Then it says what it says after that, and is kind, right? So when you're not giving charity or love, right, you're showing hatred, right? So we need to understand this thing and operate in the right spirit, bro. Like a lot of people, they're not understanding that your spirit is constantly at a tug of war with your flesh, right? You're constantly in a battle to do right or do wrong, right? And those two spirits, you have to grab a hold of one of them every time you make a decision, right? So this is a good topic to go into, and this will really help some people out there, I believe, and Lord willing, right? It actually does touch some people and help people, with their train of thinking, right, or train of thought. Go ahead, King. My bad.
No, you good. You good. Come, reading again. Charity suffereth long and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself, is not puffed up.
So it says charity, what it says, charity envieth not, right? Because you're never trying to take, man. You're trying to give more than you receive, man. And we went into it yesterday, man. That's what sheep do. Sheep give you so much before they die, man. And we got to be the same way, man. We got to give so much to Israel before we pass away, man, or get taken up in the chariots, right? Or be saved in other lands, man, right? We have to start giving more than we receive, because when we try to receive all the time, that's an envy, man. That's a jealousy, and that's a wicked jealousy, man, right? And then it says what? It vaunted not itself, meaning it don't boast itself. Look what I did for you. Look what I gave you. Charity don't do that. Charity is shown, right? Charity shows you what you did for a person, and the Most High is stacking those up for you, right? You don't look to be seen of men for doing your charitable works, right?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes the things that you do for people they go unnoticed to them until you actually bring it up, right? And it sucks that now in this world that we have to now do that. Like, hey, you remember I gave you $50 last week, right? That was all love. That was on me. You know, you remember after that, I came through and I picked you up instead of you going to get an Uber, huh? Yeah, that was all me, right? We shouldn't have to do that for you to remember how good of a person we are to you, right? So it vaunted not. You don't have to big up yourself and talk about it, right? And it's not puffed up. The same thing, right? It's not gonna. Charity is meek, right? Charity is service, right? And when you're not doing those things, man, you're operating outside of love, bro. By you.
Come on. That's right. Verse 5.
Yeah, we're going to 7.
1 Corinthians 13 and verse number 5. It says, doth not behave itself. So like, let me read up a little bit. Charity vaunteth not itself, is not puffed up, doth not behave itself unseemly.
It don't behave itself unbeautiful, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful all the time, every time, unless you make it unbeautiful. That means you really don't want to give it, right?
Seeketh not her own, is not easily provoked, thinketh no evil.
And charity don't speak no evil, right? Charity makes sure that its words or your words is seasoned with salt, man, ready to provoke people to serve the Lord on a high fashion, right? That's what charity does. Charity does not hurt you, right? It only helps, right? And the more that you do it, the more sheep-like you become, right? And we don't want to be those wolves in sheep clothing, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Verse number 6. Rejoiceth not in iniquity, but rejoiceth in the truth.
So charity don't rejoice, right, or have joy in wickedness, right? Am I frozen?
No, you good.
Okay. So charity, right? It what it said, so like it don't sin, right? Charity, you being a good giver, man, it cancels out sin, right? And we're gonna get that in the next precept. And it says what? Charity is endoused in truth. What is truth, man? The keeping of the law, man, the being Christ-like, right? The giving of yourself, right? Or sacrificing yourself for the betterment of somebody else, right? These are all beautiful traits to have, but people get so hurt, bro. We are hurt people. If y'all understand, man, we are hurt people, bro. We hurt one another, and all other nations is hurting us as well, right? And it sucks, man. So we got to come through as believing, practicing Hebrew Israelites and show a double portion of love so we could correct the way that people move and groove with us, man. You know?
That's right, King. Bring it out. Reading on. Verse number 7, 1 Corinthians 13 and verse 7. Charity, right, beareth all things.
It says charity bears all things. What are the all things, man? All things is burdens, right? Charity carries burdens, man. You know, right? When somebody tell you something that's top secret, bro, you don't go spill that beans to everybody, man. Right? when somebody needs you and they don't even know they need you, like a spirit hop on you, like I need to call this sister, I need to call this brother, I need to check on this brother. Right? You just don't know. If you listen to that spirit, man, you might have saved that brother or sister marriage. You might have saved that brother or sister life. Right? You might have saved that brother or sister from going to jail, man. Right? Just by calling them when the spirit get on you to call that brother. And that's charity as well. Right?
That's right.
Go ahead.
And it reads, believeth all things, hopeth all things.
It says charity believeth all things and hopeth all things, man. Right? You end up having a greater reward when you say, man, I'm gonna do this, and Lord willing, you know, Yahweh sees me and he rewards me, man. Right? We have to give up our selfish ways for the betterment of the family, man, for the betterment of the Israelites, man, especially the practicing ones, bro. Like whoever practice Hebrew Israelitism, we need to love those people on a high scale, man. You know, so that way we can help help those brothers and sisters, right, heal from the past hurt, man. You know, and that way they can be charitable and give unto us, man. You know?
That's right. That's right. And it reads, charity beareth all things, believeth all things, hopeth all things, and endureth all things.
And it endures all things, right? That's a big deal, man, right? Because a lot of times, man, you be charitable for a season. Hey, man, brother's charitable for a season. You know what I mean? Brothers are charitable for a season. They're forgiven for a season, right? They take a lot, you know, for a season, and then all of a sudden, here's the blow up, right? Or here's the I don't give a crap attitude, right? Or you know, you start making somebody feel like they can't believe in you, right? They can't you know, sacrifice for you no more, right? Because the way you acting, man, your mindset is bad, right? You're always looking for somebody to help you with something rather than helping somebody else with something, right? And we have to make that one of our daily routines, man, is practicing putting ourselves on the back burner and putting someone else before us, man. Right? It's like sometimes, you know, you have to have a 5-minute conversation about nothing with someone just to show them that that you love them, man. Right? Paying good attention when you know you'd rather walk off and go deal with what you gotta deal with today. Right? Sometimes that's the sacrifice you gotta make. Right? Being a sheep. You know, sometimes you just pick up a sheep just to hold it. That sheep don't kick and scream. You know, he kind of enjoyed the fact that you taking some of his time away from eating, you know, and loving him.
Right? That's right.
and we got to be the same way, man. Right?
That's right. Verse 8 is the kickers. Let me pull that out. Verse 8, charity never faileth, but whether there be prophecies, they shall fail. Whether there be tongues. Go ahead, King.
It says, charity never faileth, but whether there be prophecies, then it faileth, right? Because it's no more hope. It happened, right? It already came to pass. That's the only reason why charity failed. You know what I mean? Because it's done already. The prophecy happened. It's done already, right? And then you go right back into it, right? Go ahead.
And it reads, whether there be tongues, they shall cease. Whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish away.
Because why? Because it's happening in the moment, right? In the moment, you're being charitable now. So, and now it vanishes, right? Now, when I say now, it now turned to the past, right? Everything that's happening now, it vanishes. It turns into the past as soon as you say now. Right? The present time, right? It's like a vapor. So we need to be charitable now so we could stack up treasures for the future and people could have good past experiences with us. You know,
That's
that way
right.
when a brother think about you, he's not like, oh, that dumbass this, you know, or that stupid this, you know, or he ain't that and she ain't this. You know what I mean? She did this, he did that. You don't want people to think of you like that. You want people to think of you, that's a beautiful sister, right? That's a beautiful brother, man. Shalom, my beloved, right?
Right. Precept. Let's go to Matthew chapter 5. And it reads Matthew chapter 5 and verse number, I can start at verse 14, right? Matthew chapter 5, verse 14 says, "Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid." Right? So just imagine yourself on a hilltop and you have things to offer, right? You're going to have all types of people coming in from the cities and knowing where to go to for that charitable cause. You know, if you have something good to offer them in a charitable way, they're going to seek that, right? They're going to know where to find it at. You know, you have things to offer, which is, you know, it could pertain to wisdom, knowledge, understanding, bread and water on a spiritual level, or bread and water on a carnal level, you know. But you have to be that example to be a charitable person and be that light, so people can be guided to you, so they can receive that, whether it be the fatherless, the widows, the poor, and things in between. If there's somebody that's in need of some type of light or guidance to receive a charitable token, right, they're gonna know where to go. So you have to be that light, right? Verse 15. "Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house." Right? So if you have things to offer, you got alms, you could spare a couple dollars for a brother that needs it. You got some extra canned foods or things like that. You see a brother who needs some counsel, or he needs some wisdom or understanding. He wants to learn the laws, right? You can't hide that from the people who need it, right? Because they're poor in the spirit, so we have to bring them to that light, right? We cannot hide our gifts that we have to offer for our people, you know. Verse 16. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Right? So the things we have to offer, you know, like I said, it could be things pertaining to food and bread and water on a carnal level, or bread and water on a spiritual level, which is wisdom and understanding, you know, or anything that somebody's in need of that we have to offer them, right? We have to give that to them, so that way they may glorify the Father, and we glorify the Father when we do these acts at the same time, you know. And that's a very powerful thing to be able to do so, you know, to be able to labor and give back to the people who are in need, right? And now you.
The water, that's perfect, man. That's beautiful. Give me the book of Ephesians chapter 2, verse 10. Hold on. Now, I said I was going to grab this other one first. Give me Proverbs chapter 10 and 12. Right? Because charity, man, covers sin, right? And the more charitable we are, the more forgiveness we gain, right? And think about it. Yahweh has been giving us charity for eons, right? For a long time, you know.
Man.
And we have to extend the same. Everything that Yahweh do, that's what he wants us to do, right? Being that we we made in his image.
That's right. That's right. All right, reading on Proverbs 10 and verse number 12. It says, "Hatred stirreth up strifes, but love covereth sins."
It says the opposite of charity stirreth up strife, right? The opposite of charity makes somebody not like you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But charity, right, covereth sin, right? So the more we do good works, man, to one another and be charitable, the more better outcomes that we're going to have as a people group, right? The more people we have to love one another, the more love is contagious, just like laughter. The more that we love one another, right, the more that that other people is gonna love other people. You feel what I'm saying? The more we show hatred and vexation of spirit, the more other people is gonna show hatred and vexation of spirit. Right? Meaning you're gonna make somebody not like you and uncomfortable to be around you. Right? That's vexation of spirit.
That's right. That's right.
Like these frankincense fell all over the place. Nah, I'm done on that. Give me Ephesians chapter 2 and 10.
This is the book of Ephesians chapter 2 and verse number 10. Right. It says, for we are his workmanship.
We are what?
His workmanship.
It says that we are the people that was made in his image. Right. I just was talking on that. Right. So we are his workmanship, right? We are his product, right? He created something and he sold it right to the earth, and we became his product, right? Go ahead.
It says, created in Hamashiach, YHWH, unto good works, which Yahweh hath before ordained that we should walk in them.
Yeah, we should walk in our good works, man. We should walk in the good works of Yahweh Mashiach, man. Right? Which was he gave his life for the people, man. For people that didn't love him at that time, man. That didn't give a care if he lived or died, man. And told Pontius Pilate, right, go ahead and kill him. Right? And we gotta live up to his standards, man. We gotta live up to Yahweh standards, bro. Like, let's stop being like the world, man, and live like Christ, man. As though he loved the church, so he gave his life for it, right? Shalom, Nathaniah, right? Man, and he gave his life for it, man. A lot of us don't want to give up 5 minutes of our time, like I said earlier, man. A lot of us don't want to give people the time to have a conversation, right? Not knowing that you possibly entertaining an angel or you saving that person's life. Right?
That's right. That's
Either
right.
spiritually or physically, you're saving this person's life when you give them a good word, you give them a good conversation. A lot of people feel like they're hated. A lot of people feel like they're unloved. And when you sacrifice a little bit of that time, bro, you save them, through the spirit.
God. Nathaniah has a precept. He says it goes with this chapter. Let me pull that up for this brother.
That's why you should be on the video. You peachy culo.
Click that link.
For real.
Let me drop the link in the chat real quick. All right, let me pull that up. 25 and 35 to 40. This is Matthew 25, verse 35. It says, for I was an hungered, and ye gave me meat. I was thirsty, and ye gave me drink. I was a stranger, and ye took me in. Naked and ye clothed me. I was sick, and ye visited me. I was in prison, and ye came unto me. Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Adawan, when saw we thee and hungered, and fed thee? Or thirsty and gave thee drink? When saw we thee a stranger and took thee in, or naked and clothed thee? Or when saw we thee sick or in prison and came unto thee? And the king shall answer and say unto them, verily I say unto you, in as much as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me. Man, that's powerful right there. Want to expound on that, King? Go ahead.
Yeah, fine. Yahweh gave you the guideline, right? Go to James chapter 5, verse 19. Well, actually, I want you to start at 17 because that's a beautiful chapter, right? So what happens is Yahweh shows you, man, you have to do for your people, man. You got to do for your brothers and sisters that's in need. You can't see a brother or sister that's doing this work, right? Homeless, destitute of daily food, destitute of water, right? Clothing, right? You can't see a brother that's doing this work like that and then turn a blind eye to that or say, have faith, doc, is all gonna work out for you. No, put your hand out, man. Give a handout, man. Make yourself of inconvenience to convenience your brother, man. Right? And stop being a damn demon and a dragon. Right? Open your hands, man. Stop having your damn hands closed. Right?
That's a powerful point that YHWH was making. He said, look, I gave you all of these things. I clothed you, I brought you out of prison, you know, I fed you with meat and drink, right? And the disciples is like, well, how do we repay you? Like, when did we do that for you? Like, you know, it's thank you for doing that for us, but why do I feel like we should do that for you? Basically, just pay it forward is what they say, right? Pay it forward, you know. And if you pay it forward and you extend that love that I gave to you unto those that are needy, you know, hey, it's the same thing as you doing it to me. You know, it's beautiful how I can be able to, you know, give somebody good counsel, give somebody bread, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding on a spiritual level or a carnal level. You know, I don't expect that to, okay, well, look, you got to give that back to me. You remember, like K.O.Y was saying, remember, hey, I gave you $50 the other day, you know, you don't give that back. No, if somebody needs it, you know, pay it forward. It's the same thing to me as you paying me back, right? And I would love that way more better, rather, you know. I'm not one of them jakes like, look, man, you got to give me that $50. Not to hell with that $50. Give it to somebody who really needs it. You know, I didn't really need it. If I did, I would have just been honest. Look, I can't do it right now. I'm sorry, you know, but I would if I would definitely love to, you know. But hey, you need $40. Here you go, $40. You know, if somebody needs that $40, just pay for it to them. It's the same thing as paying me back. You know, and that's a beautiful thing. How our people got to be in that spirit. We should be in that type of spirit to extend that love that YHWH gave to us and extend it to the brethren, the needy, the poor, the widows, the fatherless that are needing of it, man. Right? And that's what I love about that. God. James 2:16. Yeah, that's coming up. That's coming. That's okay. Let me see that. Let me pull that up here since it fits, right? It's James 2:16. And one of you saying to them, depart in peace, be ye warmed and filled, notwithstanding ye give them not those things which are needful to the body, what doth it profit? Let me get that in the let me pull that up. Just real quick till Captain gets back. James 2:14. Right? What doth it profit, my brethren, though a man say he hath faith and not have works? Can faith save him? If a brother or sister be naked and destitute of daily food, and one of you say unto them, depart in peace, be ye warmed and filled, notwithstanding ye give them not those things which are needful to the body, what doth it profit? Even so, faith, if it hath not works, is dead, being alone. So you could tell somebody, look, just have your faith, just run with it, you'll be good. No, but you got to put an action behind that. You know what I'm saying? You have to show them that type of light. Like, okay, for instance, right, giving somebody who needs somebody walking into the store, you know, you can give that brother a piece of bread and a piece of water, something that'll help him on his carnal level, but you also have to give him something that's going to help him on a spiritual level at the same time. You know, here you go, brother. You know, here's your water. Yeah, I bought you a burrito. You know, it's a bag of chips. You know what I'm saying? Okay, thank you. He's like, okay, all praises. You know what I'm saying? But also give him that spiritual food at the same time. That's what's truly going to profit. You know, he could run with that and be in the same situation all the days of his life. But if he's not spiritually filled at the same time, hey, he can always be in that type of predicament. You have to be that light. You cannot put that light under a bushel like we read in Matthew chapter 5, right? God. I know, Shalom. Peace and blessings. All praises to the Most High. Sirach 33:17. You already know. All praises. Right. And peace and blessings and shout out to the 5 viewers that are in here. Make sure y'all hit that like button and get this algorithm going, you know, for the people that are needing this daily bread, this understanding, this wisdom to walk in the good days of their life and to keep that countenance strong. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, King. Let me go back to James 5 for you, King.
No, it's all right. It's all right. I heard everything you brought out. That's okay. Did you read what the 19?
You said start at 17. I was
Yeah,
reading
I know.
James 2. I was
Did
reading
you
James
read?
2.
Oh, that was James 2? Okay, well, yeah,
Yeah.
get that for me. My bad,
Yeah.
Salaki.
God, Nathaniel had me bring that up real fast while he was gone. But yeah, James 5 in verse number 17 to 19. It says, Elias was a man subject to like passions as we are.
Mm-hmm.
And he prayed earnestly that it might not rain. And it rained not on the earth by the space of 3 years and 6 months.
Right.
And
So Elias, right, prayed for the spirit to have the spirit a double portion of Elijah, right? And he was able to stop the rain for 3 years, man, and still eat in the process and drink in the process, right? And when it says that Elias in like passion like us, he was a firm believer like us, he ended up getting vexed in the spirit and asking the Most High to bring an evil upon the earth, man, to show his wrath, right? So don't think because your zeal eat you up, man, you evil. Nah, sometimes it's just a zeal that hop on you, man, right? And you gotta appreciate that because you love your people that much, man, and you hurt, right? But keep going.
And it reads, verse 18, and he prayed again, and the heaven gave rain, and the earth brought forth her fruit.
So it says, so he stopped the rain, right? Vexed in his anger, right? And he brought the rain back in love, man. Right. And then it brought forth her fruit, man. It was able to now plenish the ground and bring forth grass, right? Hay, wheat, fruit, and different food, man. So these things happen, right, by faith and by works, right? By belief and work, man. Go ahead.
Verse 19, brethren, if any of you do err from the truth, and one convert him, let him know that he which converteth the sinner from the error of his way shall save a soul from death and shall hide a multitude of sins.
So when your brother, man, go off and you see he going off, man, you go to that brother, man. You talk to that brother, man, or that sister, right? And you tell them where they went wrong at, man. And Lord willing, right, the wounds of a friend is beautiful, right? And Lord willing, after they get past that hurt that you told them what they not doing or that they doing wrong, once they get past that hurt, man, they're able to now say, bro, I love you, man. Thank you for doing that for me. Thank you for changing the way that I was thinking about this situation. Thank you for the water for giving me a little bit of time out of your day, right, to show me where I was wrong at, man. I love you for that. And it might come a week later, right? It might come a month later. It might come 3 months later, man. But they going to end up thinking about you and what you said, right?
That's right. That's right. And the Most High is watching that as well, precept, right? So let me get this in Psalms 15. I mean, Shalaki Proverbs. Proverbs 15 in verse number 3, right? The eyes of Yahweh are in every place, beholding the evil and the good, right? So the Most High, he sees everything that's going on, man, right? He sees your good works and your evil works that are doing on the earth. And he, especially when it pertains to his people, hey, man, you walk by, how many times, people living in the world, they know they got $20, they got $50, they got $60, but the man who's poor and needy only asked for $2, man. Nah, I ain't got it, or something like that. That's not a good spirit to be in. I've always felt like that. That's always never a good spirit to be in. Either I got something, man. It's just how do I say this? Like, not to boast. It's not a boasting about the works that I've done, but just to set an example for those of you, you know, who are in that predicament and want to do better. You know, I'll walk into a store and a brother asks me, can I spare a couple of dollars? Nowadays, we don't really keep money on us, right? But I would offer that brother, hey, come in the store with me. I'll get you a gallon of water, some chips, a burrito, and two more other things, man. It's nothing. You know, I'm in the position to be able to do so. So I got you, you know, and a lot of our people should be like that all day instead of just withholding your hand and hiding your hand from the people that are needy. You can easily be put in that predicament, right? The Lord sees that, all of that, man. All right. And you want to walk with a humble heart and your mind to be able to, you know, be able to give that back to the people who are needy, you know, because you got a job, you kind of more well off than they are. Why not do so? You know, the Most High, he sees all these good works, right? So now, since the Most High has his eyes in every place, beholding the evil and the good, right? Now I want to bring this out real fast. Right, my last precept. KJV. Let me get that in the G and T, right?
Baba Kusha.
Right. Sirach chapter 4 in the G and T, right? It says, my child, don't prevent the poor from making a living or keep them waiting in their need. Never give a hungry person any cause for resentment or anger. You know, you walk in that store with two bags, man, and he just asks you for, look, man, I just need $3. I'm trying to get a bag of chips and a Gatorade. And then he's like, I ain't got it. And then you walk out the store with 2 bags full. This is for me spirit. You know, this is for my family. You know, hey, I got my own kids. No, man, everybody's your family, man. And the Most High understands that, and you need to understand that. Right? We're all children of the Most High. You got to treat everybody as your brother and your sister, man. Right? And it reads, don't add to the troubles of someone who is already desperate. If he is in need, don't put off giving to him. Don't refuse to help a beggar who is in distress. Right? So now it's one thing for somebody to be begging for something because the scripture says, give not to the ungodly man. Right. So this is where you got to have spiritual discernment. Right. If somebody's really in need, you feel the sincerity of that brother. He crying out to you. You know what I'm saying? You can feel that in your spirit because you have the spirit of discernment to be able to judge between the matter. But like, look, yeah, I see that you really need it, man. I got you. Don't even worry about it. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate this, man. Like, I don't want to be in this situation. And I'm like, I understand, man, because I've been there. You know what I'm saying? So I got you. You know, whether or not he's gonna do something he ought not to with that charitable gift, that's between him and the Most High. I'm doing my part in justification to doing what the Most High told me to do, and to not add to the troubles of someone who's already desperate, who is what? In distress, right? Reading on. It says, do not turn your back on a poor person or give him any reason to curse you. If he becomes so bitter that he does curse you, his creator, the Most High, will hear his prayer. You see that? So you got to have real discernment when it comes to giving charitable gifts to the people who are in need, you know, because sometimes the Most High might be setting somebody's path upon your path to test you to see if you're going to be able to, you know, withstand that, or if you're going to have that malice in your heart, that ungiving in your heart, right? And all of these bad things, because remember what we read in Proverbs 15:3, he withholds the evil and the good, you know, so we want to always walk in the goodness of his light all the days of our life, right? And not be in that position to do evil against him and our brethren, right? And I yield with that.
So stay in that book, man. Let's go to chapter 12. All right, let's go to chapter 12 and verse number 8.
Tazia Thun got some precept too next. So if you see that.
I did.
12 and verse 8.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 12 and verse number 8. When things are going well, it is hard to tell who your real friends are.
when everything is going good, it's hard to tell who your real friends are, right? And we need to love our brothers that we know and don't know, right? And our sisters that we know and don't know, right? We need to love them so high that we think of them as a friend, right? And when things are going well, you don't understand who your real friend or not, right? But go ahead.
And it reads, you will be able, it said, when things are going well, it is hard to tell who your real friends are, but in hard times, you can recognize your enemies.
Yeah, in hard times, right? You could recognize your enemy, man. You could recognize how somebody look at you, man. Look at the story, right, of Lazarus, right? And this is a figment. This is a figment, dude, right? It's a parable actually. But look at Lazarus, man. Sat there at the gate, man, with his hand out, asking for change, all the time, man. Picture how many people gave him a busted and disgusted look, right? And no money, and those people, man, those people would be judged if Lazarus just cried out, man, right? Like look at the other part of the story where the rich guy went into hellfire, right? And he said if you could just dip your finger in water and put it on my tongue, man, I'll be grateful, right? So we have to make sure that we living like that, man. That we living in a way that's we're friends to people that we don't even know, man. And so much so that when you see another brother's wife, right, you see another brother's child, take care of them or show love to them, even when he's absent, right? Or even vice versa. You see a brother, right, and even though you only know his wife, right, or whatever, you still be good, man, right? Because all those works, man, they're stacking up with us instead of against us. So like I said, people that we don't know, man, we still need to hold them as a friend, especially of the nation of Israel, right? But go ahead, my bad. Go ahead. You're on mute, King.
Oh, Salakia, I didn't know. Okay, it says, even your friends will leave you then. But when you are successful, your enemies will act like friends.
Yeah, and that's to be a good friend, man. You need to know how to be a good friend in your.
I don't know what happened with Cat, but I'm gonna bring it out, right? And we all go through this, right? We all go through this in our lives, man. We have all experienced the same type of experience, right? You got money, you got stuff going for you. Everybody want to hang around you, But when the times of your trouble, your affliction, your tribulation, they know where to be found, man. Right? Oh man, hey, you heard about Wooty Woo, man? Yeah, I heard he just hit a large band of some money, man. He got like 50 bands, man. We finna, hey, yo, what up, bro? Hey, we finna come hang out, man. Right? But now when them 50 bands is gone and you on tough times, they ain't nowhere to be found, man. Right? So we gotta recognize who our enemies are and who our brethren are, right? Our enemies can pertain to heathens, right? Mainly, but your brethren can also be an enemy to you, and we got to recognize that and be able to discern their spirit, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you're growing up through life with them, Go ahead, King. Let me read that one more time. You could tap in. It says, but when you are successful, your enemies will act like friends.
Man. So and then like another thing too, man, we need to think of the brothers and sisters, that we do good unto, or that's just around us. We need to think of them like, okay, one day they're gonna hit the lottery, right? Because if you thought like that about all your brothers and sisters, that one day they're gonna hit the lottery, when they hit the lottery and they think of you, right, they're gonna shoot you $1 million. You was here for me in my downtime. And the reason why I'm equating money, because a lot of people understand the giving of money more than they understand the giving of charity, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we need to think of it in that aspect, so that way you could do more for people that don't have nothing or don't have much, man. Right? This brother always asking me for this, man. This sister always asking me for that. I always got to make time for this, and I always got to make time for that. That's not the right spirit, man. Do things for your brother, your sister, your husband, your wife, your children, and and make it up in your mind to think like this person is one day gonna win the lottery, and he's not gonna pay somebody to kill me, or she's not gonna pay somebody to kill me. They're gonna pay me for being that good brother to them. They're gonna pay me for being that good sister. Your reward is gonna be a plus instead of your detriment, right? And I wanted to bring
God, that's a perfect time to.
I hope that's understandable. Go ahead, King.
God, that's a perfect time to bring out Tazigathan's precept, right? Matthew 22:39. And second is like unto it, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself, right? I'll expound. Yeah, and that's a beautiful thing too. If you love yourself enough to the point, so if I'm going through affliction, trials, and tribulation, I'm not finna leave out a brother who's going through the same thing as himself. Yeah, man, look, man, I understand you used to be something big, you know, you had a successful career, you know what I'm saying? But now you're working a 9 to 5, man. I'm not finna just leave you because you lost the Benz and now you in a Honda, you know? I'm still gonna love you as I love myself. Why? Because I've been through that, and I can easily be susceptible to go through that type of tribulation as well. So I'm not gonna show you any type of hate or anything or grudge between that, right? I'm gonna be there for you and still give you the charity that you need. You know, oh, man, you used to have a Lamborghini, man. Why I gotta give you some? No, man, you can't be in that type of spirit. You know, we understand the tribulations that our people go through, and we understand the power and the works of the Most High, how we can come from a heaven and go back down to the earth, right? So that's a powerful precept, okay? Right, go ahead, it's like you. I woke up and wasn't an Idumean. That's what we already hit the lottery. We Israelites and these brothers, man.
I like that one, man. Right, that shows your gratefulness. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
But
keep reading.
Well, hold on. Yeah.
God. And verse Sirach 12 and verse 10. Never trust an enemy. His wickedness is as destructive as rust.
It says, man, an enemy is gonna break you down, and they'll look like a friend. They'll look like a friend, bro. Some people husbands like that. Some people wives like that, right? To where they just around you just to rust, just to destroy you little bit by little bit by little bit. Never want to make you better. Never want to push you. Never want to tell you, okay, let's do this. You know, let's do a new challenge. Eat clean food for 30 days. Let's make a new bet, right? That you can't walk 3 miles a day, 7 days a week, right? 6 days a week. Let's make each other better, man. Right? You don't have people like that no more, man. You got people that'll just use you up, man. Like that old R&B song, man. Until you use me up. You know, that's all they want to do, man, is use you up, man. And they wickedness, man, is as destructive as rust, man. They'll be around you and then just slowly tear you down, man. And how do I know? I've been through it with my first wife, right? And it's so pretty, but you don't understand that the rust is still there, you know? And we have to watch out for those friends, right? But go ahead.
Verse 11, it says, watch out and be on guard against him. Even if he acts ever so humble.
See? They'll be in your life, man, for a season, man, just to bring you down to a piece of bread, dog. You feel what I'm saying? Watch the people that you call friends, man. Everybody ain't your friend. You know, you just have to be friendly to them. But everybody ain't your friend, man.
Con, quick precept to just go with that and bounce right back, right?
Con.
Sirach 6 on the top, right? It says, and do not be an enemy when you should be a friend. A bad reputation brings you to disgrace that lying sinners deserve. In fact, let me get this in KJV. It's a little better.
God, that's a mighty chapter as well, man, to teach you the guidelines of being, you know, a good person doing good works, right? And giving that clarity, man.
Man, I gotta spell this thing out. Bam. Ah, got me. I'm quick with it though. Sirach 6 KJV, and it brings it up. Bam. It says, instead of a friend, become not an enemy. Matter of fact, where's that at?
So it says, in the relationship of a friend, become not an enemy, man. Right? When it says instead, it means in the presence, right? But let's just talk about it as a relationship, man. You know, in a relationship of a friend, become not an enemy, man. Right? Go ahead, Art.
That's not the verse I wanted, but okay, I got it. Yeah. Verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him. Right. So when we go back to Sirach chapter 12, you know, you gotta be able to prove a friend first, right? He might be humble the first couple weeks, you know, first couple months, you know, but then if you go down 6 months plus, 8 months plus, years with that friend, and he's still being humble, right? You're proofing him. Because even if he acts ever so humble, you still got to watch out for a certain period of time. But like, look, man, this brother been with me through thick and thin, like me and Captain Gabawar. You know what I'm saying? We proved each other at the beginning. You know, we was humble to one another at the beginning, but we still had to watch out in that time, in that season. And now that we hella seasons in, hey, man, that's a real brother right there. That's a real friend. You know what I'm saying? I don't gotta watch out anymore. I don't have to be on guard against him. Why? Because we proved ourselves one to another, and that's a beautiful thing that our people need to start doing with one another, man. Because look, man, we grew up in the world. We always had friends, backstabbers, friends that leave you when you're on your troubling times, right? But you gotta watch out for your friends at that season and grow with that brother, right? And you both are gonna be trees planted in that same forest, not trying to tear each other down.
Calm. And you start to benefit one another. You know, as you get taller, you put shade up on that other tree, man. As you grow in the spirit, right, you're able to assist another brother or sister in the spirit, right? So, beautiful.
Another example of that right there would be Nathaniah and Tazi Gatham, man. Shaq and Kobe with the K.O.Y. Dallas, man. You know, they're mighty brothers right there, man. Shout out to them brothers, man. All praise to the Most High. Gabar Pashai, Shalom, King. Yeah, that's facts, King. All praise to the Most High at the water for tuning in, King. All right. All praises. Want me to keep going, Knock, or you want to go somewhere else?
Con, we could go somewhere. Well, no, I want a little bit more out of that 12 right quick.
Con. All right, let me read through again. Sirach chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust an enemy. His wickedness is as destructive as rust. Watch out and be on guard against him. Even if he acts ever so humble, he is like a metal mirror that rusts away if you don't keep it polished.
Damn, I mean, if you don't work on maintaining that friendship, eventually, you know, he could turn into your enemy. She could turn into your enemy if you don't constantly work on polishing that relationship, right? Actually trying to grow and build and make sure each one is getting better. Each one reach one, each one teach one, right? So that's actually beautiful in the GNT. It says if you don't polish it, it'll rust away. So if you don't cater to a relationship, it'll break apart, man. That's how or it'll rust away. That's how you get people say that I grew apart. No, you didn't grow apart. You stopped working on us and started working on you, right? And that's one of the worst relationships to be in, man, is where you forget about the us in everything and you worried about the you in all things, right?
Hey, so Slucky, I gotta take a call real fast. Just keep reading about the shot real quick.
I got it. It says, he is like a metal mirror that rusts away if you don't keep it polished. Seat an enemy at your right hand, and the next thing you know, he'll be trying to get your own place of honor. Put him next to you, and he will overthrow you. Then you will realize the truth of my words, and be stung with regret when you remember them. Right. So always keep these in your mind, man, that you have to nurture a relationship or the relationship will rust away. Right. And the reason why we going into this, because it takes charity to see that you offended somebody or you made somebody hurt, and then you go back and you repair that, you polish that, you let them know why you said this or why you did that, right? And that grows the relationship, right? And good works, man, good works is knowing, knowing when you hurt somebody or knowing how to not offend that person, man, right? Because it now shows that you love them enough to say, okay, I'm not going to respond because I see that you're hurt. But later on, I want to talk about it so we could build on this point, right? And become better together, right? Because we better together than alone, man, right? A lot of people need to understand that people need people. If you was on the island by yourself with all the riches in the world, you would not want to, you probably would kill yourself, man. Right? After about 10 years, you're like, hey man, screw this. I'm out of here. Right? But us being together, man, it makes us, we're civilized, that's the wrong word, but we are people just like bacteria, right? We like to have buddies, we like to have friends, right? And when you look at bacteria, one is never alone. They come with a many of them and they work together. Right. So we need to remember that we're working together and what's working on you is working for you, man. Right. So now I want to go to Hebrews, right? Hebrews chapter 11, because a beautiful thing, man, that I believe is Paul, right? That Paul wrote in the book of Hebrews is chapter 11, man. Chapter 11 shows you some things, right? Hold on. Where is Hebrews? Salaki, y'all. Brain fart coming in. All right. So, Salaki, Hebrews chapter 11, right? And verse number 1. Because this is what we all have to have, man. We have to have belief, right? If we don't believe in something, man, we'll fall for anything, man. Right? And faith and belief in a person shows that you love that person, man. Knowing that at some point of time this person is going to be the best person for you, right? That's what make you hold strong, man. Is hope and faith, man, in that person, right? Or in those people, right? We have to not be so quick to give up, man. Like 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse number 7 said. I think it was 7, but it says, charity suffereth long, man, right? Not so quick to give up on one another. And you have to have hope to be able to do that. You have to have belief to be able to do that with somebody that you really dislike in the moment or you have a distaste for in the moment, because at some point they're going to grow, right? So this is the book of Hebrews chapter 11 and verse number 1 in the GNT. To have faith is to be sure the things we hope for, to be sure of the things we hope for, to be certain of the things we cannot see. It was by their faith that people of ancient times won Yahweh's approval, right? It is by faith that we understand the universe was created by the Most High Yahweh word, right? So that what can be seen was made out of what cannot be seen, right? So that has everything to do with belief, man. To have belief that you're gonna be a millionaire. Hey man, if you believe that every day and do the work to make it that way, you'll become that millionaire, man. When you believe at a point of time that Yahweh is gonna send Yahweh Shai to save you, you're gonna do what you have to do to gain that salvation, man. Right? So we have to understand these things, and having faith and having belief is something that you see in the future that you really can't touch. But that's how everything was created on this earth, right? And through our belief, we are healed. Because if I believe that you're my brother, if I believe that you're my sister, I'm gonna treat you as family, right? Whether you close blood or not, right? So I'm gonna
back
drop
in.
down. Con.
You got something for me to pull up on screen?
Yeah, Hebrew chapter 11, and I want to drop down to Abraham, verse 17, because one of the main ways I was just saying, right? One of the main ways to show charity, right, or show love is by believing in that person, man. Right, believing that they're going to be a better person eventually, believing that eventually they're going to keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, right, and love you while doing that, you know. So, but at first, man, it's going to be a ship in a storm, man. It's uncomfortable to come back and serve the Most High, man, in the correct way. It's not comfortable. So we have to have faith and belief that these people that we're trying to teach are going to get it at some point. Because if not, we'll be quick to give up, right? And I'm teaching myself as I'm speaking to you guys, bro. I'm actually teaching myself. I'm understanding more, right, of how to put things in perspective and how to put things in place.
And not only it's not only just limited to that. It's also because we are already taught this, right? We do teach ourselves, and we also bring it back as a reminder, as a remembrance, right? And those two things go hand in hand. Either you didn't know and you're learning, or you already know and you're just being reminded to keep walking in that type of walk, man. All praises.
That's correct, and that's basically what it is, you know. And we just saw that up in Sirach chapter 12 and verse number 11, I believe it was, where it says, you know, polishing that glass, man. Sometimes you got to wipe away the stuff that covered, you know, some of your characteristics, some of your morals, just so you can see them again, right? Mm-hmm. So you're correct. I appreciate that, King.
The one I am the bar king. All right, this Hebrews 11 and 17. By faith, Abraham, when he was tried, offered up Isaac, and he that hath received the promises offered up his only begotten son. Come on, read on. Of whom it was said that in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
Con, go ahead, King. Keep reading.
Con, accounting that Yahweh was able to raise him up, even from the dead. From
so
whence
he had so much faith, so much belief that he was willing to kill Isaac in the belief, in the foreseeing that God was going to either save him, bring him back, not allow him to kill him, or whatever the other thing was, because he already understood that Yahweh said that he's not a man that he should lie. And Yahweh said that my descendants is going to come out of Isaac. So there's no possible way that he's going to let my son stay dead. Mm-hmm. That's utter belief, right? That is like unwaverable belief, bro, that you're going to, at the end of the day, Yahweh made me a promise and he going to make good on that promise. So I'll put him to death if that's what you want. You're going to wake him up anyway. Mm-hmm. Right? And that's the type of faith we have to have in one another, right? To where we, like, it's so crazy, bro, like, to where we will sacrifice our own well-being to make you more comfortable. And the more that we do that for one another, the better family, the tight-knit family that we're going to be, man. right? But go ahead.
God, that's powerful. That's powerful. It says from whence. It says accounting that Yahweh was able to raise him up even from the dead. Talking about Yahweh Shai. From whence also he received him in a figure. By faith, Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning these things to come.
Go ahead.
By faith, Jacob, when he was dying, blessed both the sons of Joseph and worshipped, leaning upon the top of his staff. 22. By faith, Joseph, when he died, made mention of the departing of the children of Israel and gave commandment concerning his bones. Man, that's powerful right there too, because Joseph already knew the end game plan. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't on his deathbed like, oh, you know what, this is it. Nah, man, I believe, you know what I'm saying, that you guys are gonna make it out of here because that's what the Most High said, right? That's the prophecy that was revealed to me. That's the vision that I had, and I so heartily believe in that and have faith in that so much. Hey, carry my bones out of here when you gotta leave, man. I'm gonna be dead and gone, but carry my bones when y'all leave because I know that y'all leave it, man. Right?
For real, that's crazy. That's crazy. So true though. So that and this is the type of love and charity and good works that we need to keep in remembrance, man. It's not about you, man. It's about us, right? Israel, always remember that. It's not about you. It's about us, man. Right? Give me Salakia. Give me Titus chapter 2 and verse number 3. I think that's what I want. No, Titus chapter 1 and verse number 3.
It's the book of Titus chapter 1 and verse number 3. It says, but hath in due times manifested his word through preaching, which is committed.
Hold on. 1 verse 1. Salakia.
Titus 1 and verse 1. Paul, a servant of Yahweh and an apostle of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, according to the faith of Yahweh's elect and the acknowledging of the truth which is after godliness. God, I got you, King. You back on.
Salakia. Yeah, my phone died on me. Salak. So
Let me read it again for you.
Yeah, Baba Kusha.
God, Titus chapter 1 and verse 1. Paul, a servant of Yahweh and an apostle of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai.
So first and foremost, a good way to be humble, right, or a good way to put good works out there is to be a servant, right? And it says the Lord is going to bless, right? Yahweh is going to bless those good servants, right? That's why he said when he come back, he's going to say, well done, my good and faithful servants, to those, right? This is not the precept, right? But he's going to say, well done, my good and faithful servant, right, to those who actually were good servants, man, that actually took the time and the honors, right, to truly serve Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai in sincerity and truth, man, right? Go ahead.
And it reads, according to the faith of Yahweh's elect and the acknowledging of the truth which is after godliness, in hope of eternal life, which Yahweh that cannot lie promised before the world began, but hath in due times manifested his word through preaching, which is committed unto me according to the commandment of Yahweh our Savior. Right.
So we really, like as Israelites, bro, and my camera about to be messed up, y'all, but I want y'all to be able to see me, right? This camera is broken, right? But I'm gonna turn back on the camera. Sorry for the poor visual, right? But we have to look at Paul, bro, and try to be more like him. Because Paul is an example of Christ on a 10 times level, like when it comes to his acts actually being wrote down and jotted down, right? And Peter as well. We need to look at Peter as well. Watch this. Give me the book of Acts. Give me the book of Acts, right? Because we're talking about good works, right? We went through charity, right? Let's show some of these good works to the people, man. That's why I went to Hebrews, right? But give me Acts chapter 1, man. Right, and verse number let me get there right quick. Acts 1. Let me see what book of Acts at. Okay. Acts chapter 1 and verse number let me see. And verse number 4 no, Acts 2 and verse number 14.
It's the book of Acts chapter 2 and verse number 14. It says, but Peter, standing up with the 11, lifted up his voice and said unto them, ye men of Judea, and all ye that dwell at Jerusalem, be this known unto you, and hearken to my words. For these are not drunken.
Salakia. Start at 1 and 15.
Okay. This is Acts chapter 1 and verse 15. It reads, and in those days Peter stood up in the midst of the disciples and said, the number of names together were about 120. Right? He stood up in the midst of the disciples and said, men and brethren, this scripture must needs have been fulfilled, which the Holy Spirit by the mouth of David spake before concerning Judas.
And look. So that means for him to notice off key, on point, that means that he had to been studying his Bible, right? He had to been studying the scriptures religiously, right? To know off the back that YHWH had to go into had to get sacrificed, had to be betrayed by Judas, right? And that is a good work, bro, for you to study your Bible and get scriptures to back up other scriptures so you can win more and more souls through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai Hamashiach, right? That is good works, bro. To sit in my house on your day off and just say, I'm spending 5 hours studying and reading and precepting my Bible, man, right? To take the time to do that, that's good works, bro, for charity. For charity. Look what we about to pull off today, man. Right? Riverside County, man. Right? Do this charity, man. Our feet gonna hurt, right? Our time gonna be spent, you know. Why? Because of the good works from the good works, reading, studying, applying the Bible, we're able to go give charity to the people, man. Right?
That's right.
So the only way for Peter to be able to have this information on hand in his head, right, is for him to have been studying this book multiple times or studying these scrolls multiple times. Right? Go ahead.
And it reads, which was guide to them that took YHWH. Right, let me get that account real quick.
Yeah, I want we're gonna read down a little bit to we're gonna read to about where it says his guts bust open and all that. What time is it? Okay.
10. That's 11.
We about to wrap this up soon, y'all. We're gonna finish out this right quick. Right, we're gonna wrap this up, man.
it says, let me just keep reading it. Acts 1:17. For he was numbered with us and had obtained part of this ministry. Now this man purchased a field with the reward of iniquity.
And what was the sin? What was the iniquity, man? Selling out your people for a gift, man. Right? Don't sell out your people for a gift, man. Don't go be a rap star to talk about drugs, money, killing, and women as prostitutes, man, or women that you just sexing and dumping, man. Right? And if y'all got any youngsters around, man, it's lucky. But you feel what I'm saying? Don't go do that, man. Right? Because all your reward is of iniquity, man. Right? Go ahead.
And it says, falling headlong, he burst asunder in the midst, and all his bowels gushed out.
And go ahead.
And it was known unto all the dwellers at Jerusalem, insomuch as that field is called in their proper tongue Al-Qadama, that is to say, the field of blood.
Keep going.
For it is written in the book of Psalms, let his habitation be desolate, and let no man dwell therein, and his bishopric let another take.
And that prophecy had to happen, man, and it had to happen through Judas, right? But the only way that Peter was going to understand this is by him laboring, man, and opening up this book and being weary, right, and well doing. Well, not weary and well doing, but being weary on finding the knowledge, man. Worried, right, about what he doesn't know. If we worry about what we don't know, we're gonna seek to find the answer. And the more that we don't know is the more that we supposed to be seeking and finding answers, man. Right. And with that, man, I pray that y'all brothers and sisters keep doing your good works. Realize that charity covereth a multitude of sin. Charity conquers all, right? Love conquers all, right? And we have to be good to one another and do good works, right, unto one another. Man, my video sucks, but go ahead.
God, and that's right, man. Good works, right? Charity, love, everything in between, man, is how we stay and ponder our feet on the righteous path and not sway to the evil side, man, onto the left-hand side, right? If we do the things that the Most High has done unto us, like because look, the Most High gave us charity, right? He gave us long suffering, taking this by the hand out of the land of Egypt, right? Freeing our people from the destruction of the Philistines. All of these good works that the Most High has done unto us, we have to take an account of that and be able to give good works back to our people, man, right? Like Christ said, man, we got to just pay it forward, man, right? And that's a beautiful thing that we need to do, and we're able to do, you know. And with that, I'm going to say, call law, YHWH B'Shem Yahushai. And with that, shalom.
Khan Barakatah family. Shalom.
Shalom family.